screen just went black. Does it do that?
Yeah, it does.
Oh. Yeah, pocket screw or yeah. Some people call it toe-nailing, but maybe that's just what I'm nailing. I'm just screwing a little bit. So I can tilt to the side.
So these are naked chicken tractors. These are the last two. We have two out there right now. These are the last two. These are the sides that we prefabbed. You just basically slap them together. Check your diagonals for square. We put these placeholders in just to keep it in square, as we did the cross support and then those guys. And then we'll take those off once we get the steel on, or whenever we feel it's going to keep it square. And then steel will go on. This will have wire on it permanently. This will build a frame with wire on it for the door. And then other stuff, we got to run a cable, 3 hinges on the back, 1, 2, 3 for the steel. That's gonna flap down. And then a handle along the front and a couple boards for our watering system. So that's our project for tonight. We're gonna slap those together. All right, so you can see cross support, cross support, cross support, cross support. Abram has gotten the support line. This cable is going from side to side to keep it from the sides from bowing out or in. So this across the top keeps the top stable, diagonal keeps the side stable, and that keeps the whole thing from smooshing in or out. So got to do the same thing over here. We also have these in the front of the tractor. They are on that corner and that corner, because there's going to be a rope coming from there to there that we're going to pull. So we want these corners to be extra strong. Update, Abram slapped the steel on there and we got this wiring on. That staple gun that he bought is a godsend, Also got the corner supports up, that up, and these boards that you put a screw in each one to hold the drinker. But the drinker hangs on that, the bucket goes right there, the line feeds through here, and then we're making the doors that slide over here in the garage. I'll edit out all the bad parts. And that's how you get in to get the water and the chickens and all that stuff. It's coming together. Boom, door. Boom, door. So this is basically, we lay out the square frame, check it for square, stapled a brace, temporary brace on each corner just to hold it square.
On opposing corners.
On opposing corners. Well, I didn't, so we'll see if it's square. It's 5 feet long, so we had to cut these 5 foot minus 2 3/4 inches. So, and we butt them all up against each other, run the center board, staple it to tack it in place, run the chicken wire over top, staple it in, and then sandwich it in between furrowing strips.
Not furrowing.
Not furrowing. I've been calling them furrowing strips for my whole life. So the plan is that nothing will be able to stick their little scrawny paws through there. Same thing for that. That's permanent on
like
there.
A fox or a coyote could jump on top of it and it wouldn't do anything to it.
Right. The chicken wire one we made, maybe not so much, but these are built like Fort Knox. You can see it just sits on top here, at least for now. You just lift it up to get in. It's not going to blow away.
Because when you have to get in there, you can either just slide it back or slide it on the steel.
Yeah, you can just move it. So, yeah, so we got to put on steel on the sides. That little strip there will come from one sheet, and then the rest of it will be for the back part that we will hinge. And then just across support right here where we're going to set the water, and that's it. We'll be, and then I gotta cut a couple tubes for the drinker, the 2 drinkers that we have for this, but then we'll be good. All right, we'll get to it. I probably won't film it because we're in a hurry. So, I realized we hadn't filmed this. Chicken tractor goes on the hay wagon. Yep, it's that easy. Got her strapped down. I'll tell you, already being dairy farmers has benefited us greatly in the construction of these chicken tractors.
Common sense goes along with this.
Common sense. And a hay wagon. Also the hay wagon, a lot. And your dad's pickup to haul it with. Kind of want a truck now. So we got the door in here. That's on hinges. And we're going to keep it under 100 so stuff don't fly everywhere. Anything to say to the viewers, to the lovely viewers at home?
Haven was sure we'd have plenty of time, and then I forced him to get started on them like 2 weeks before he wanted to. And we should have had them done a week ago.
Yes.
It's just how these projects go, especially when you have a dairy farm to work at and maintain.
And when you haven't done one before. Like the last, we built these 2 in less than 24 hours.
We built these 2
or 48
in like
hours.
6 hours.
Right,
Total working. If you'd have all your materials here.
Yeah.
We thought we had enough steel to do everything. Brought that here, and then last night we realized we didn't have enough steel, so we had to run back to the farm and get more steel.
Which isn't, it's a half a mile.
But it's
third of a mile that way.
All those things that take 5-10 minutes at the end of a project add up. That's why.
And all the trips to Home Depot to get a different tool and staples, and then all these staples are too long. Let's get shorter staples. Screws, all these screws are too long. These screws are too short. So you end up spending a lot of time just going and getting things that you didn't. Hinges. We bought hinges that were too small, so we had to go get bigger hinges. So now we are going to take this. How far away is that? 2 miles? 3 miles?
1, 2, just over 2 miles.
To the other farm where there is a pasture. This video is kind of going to be a mess. We have arrived. So we figured this out on like the 3rd tractor we put down, but to pull up strategically. So this is the steel end. So we'll pull it off this way a little bit. I'll hang on to it there. We'll continue to go off. Avram will pick it from the other side, and we'll just lift it, slide it over, plop it down. Is that not pretty? like a magazine cover. Like a mini Joel Salatin operation. Do it, but I've learned. Oh yeah.
I was glad in the brooder video.
Oh yeah.
You cut it.
I did.
You can see my back. I was like, oh, the butt crack's gonna be open to the world.
A little bit of the history on this pasture. See all these little green bumps. We rented this out to some people last year, the year before. They had cattle on here, so every one of those little green bumps was a turd from last year or the year before. We weren't doing anything with it, and it kind of fit all the criteria to have these guys on it. So, water system, same as the brooder. It's gravity filled cups linked in series with some 3/8 inner diameter hose. Just used a lighter to warm up the ends, slide them on. Melted the end of one tube, crimped it as the end. Then we have a 90 on this end. This goes on screws that we have screwed into these boards like so, and then just drill the hole in the bucket. Want to make sure it's a nice neat hole so that the tube seals. We want the hole smaller than the tube so it really seals in good. That way you don't have to deal with fittings that leak, and then if someone accidentally bumps the fitting, it cracks the bucket. This isn't gonna crack the bucket at all. And then this will just feed down through this wire. It's the perfect size. It feeds through just like that. Bucket sits on that bracket, not bracket, but support that we made. And then this just goes, sticks on there. Easy peasy. Done. All set up to go.
Out here too, because if it is wet, you move them.
See the size. Abram made this feeder out of some wood from a pallet building place, right? The Amish guys who make the pallets.
Yeah, tried to figure out $20 for enough material to do like 30 of those.
That is one thing I didn't take into account either. Different size feeders, and this is in Pastured Poultry Profits. I read it again, and he says have multiple size feeders, 3 or 4 different stages as they grow.
That's what I like about these galvanized ones. You can get them with adjustable legs.
It's to adjust the height of
You can
them.
raise the height of them.
Right. So we will be moving the rest of them out at about 7. Keegan will come with his truck. He's got a ball hitch in the back for a gooseneck, so we can hook up to the cattle trailer.
We don't have crates. If we'd have crates, we could just use normal pickup.
Right, we don't have crates. We do have totes. We could drill holes in the totes. I was thinking about that.
I thought about that too,
But then you still get manure collected in the bottom. It's like, yeah, crates are kind of worth it. That is a goal. We need crates before we process, for sure. To stage them the night before so that it's all well ventilated for that. So I gotta.
They're still figuring out the cable. It's funny watching them trip
Yeah.
all over.
So it is gonna be. I'm probably gonna bring you with me tonight when we shoe them back under the steel.
We can do that when we bring them. You're gonna want to do it like 8 o'clock-ish.
Yeah, that's about when we'll be here.
Bringing, yeah.
Yep. Awesome. These are the newest that these are ever going to look right now. The thing I like about these and this process is that the hardest part, at least for now, is done. Making just the amount of time it takes to make the tractors.
Get them out here.
Get them out here. Figure out the watering system. We weren't quite sure what we were going to do for watering. We have that down. It's made. It works well, really well.
Surprising for 50 cents a cup.
Yeah, those were 50 cents a cup. Abram found them on
eBay at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
looking for a watering system.
they're made out of a Chinesium.
Yes.
That's a rare element that comes from China. But they're holding up really well.
These were purchased before the Kung Flu, so we should be
Yes,
good.
these are
Like a month before the Kung Flu.
these are free of sweet and sour sicken, so we're good to go. Then when we bring the chickens from the brooder, we'll just bring the feed troughs with them. 75 per cage, feed trough in each, water system in each. We'll be good to go. Look at that. That makes me feel so good.